Yes, over there. Please stand up.
What
Please stand
about,
up.
what about Dave Matthews? Can you talk a little bit about how Dave got involved with the project?
She's asking about Dave Matthews' involvement.
Dave came to us and auditioned. But I say that, Dave came to us. Dave and Troy at one point shared the same agent, right?
Yes.
Agent. And so she knew about the script and knew there was this juicy villain part. I knew that Hunter and I were looking for someone who was going to come to us with an idea about how to take that role and keep it, have them running, screaming away from the cliche type of villain, of what that role could have been. And so before we hadn't even looked at a single person for that part. He was in town doing a concert, and so they literally badgered us to death. They wouldn't leave us alone. And so we met with him. So we sat down with him, and he gave us his take. He auditioned, and I think we were really both taken aback by that. We were impressed. He did this scene, the opening scene, where Troy gets hooked up to all that gas and petrol and blows, fire in his face. But, Dave played it. He used his assets, his voice. He used it as a seduction. And we thought that was an interesting take on it. We thought he brought some interesting ideas to the table. And Sissy, I remember the scene in the yard where it's the three of them. Sissy was always very good about, did you get that? Dave was doing some really interesting stuff there. Because he would play it really deranged. I mean, he was not your average villain. He was in the middle. He wasn't, your dealer on the street, and he wasn't the head Memphis Mafia guy. He was really pathetic by the end. And we think he projected it very, very well. I think, he did a great job.
I'll be glad to know.
Yeah. I thought he did a phenomenal job. I don't know, what do you guys work with?
I love him.
Yeah. That means
I loved him before, I loved him during, I loved him after.
Yeah. Means a lot more coming from her.
Any others? I also want to thank the Virginia Film Office, which is the sponsor of tonight's show, and also, I guess, facilitated the production of this quite a bit.
Andy Evans.
Yeah,
Andy
any
Evans.
anecdotes about the production in Virginia, the kind of help that the film office could provide?
Is there anyone who worked on the movie here? You stand
Some
up.
people stand up.
Oh, there's that crazy dude right there.
Thank you all for coming tonight and for tonight's.
It's Rick.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Rick.
Yeah, come on.
Second show of it. Please spread the word. It's going to be at 10:15 Saturday night. Thank you all for coming, and thank you all for